It's a turtle legend. The fall of the Gorbashi. Fall of Gorbashi. Rising from the ocean, a tower of water, Neptune sent the great Kraken to doom El Elalai. So huge were their forms that jungles of kelp swayed through their limbs, and the leviathans swum through bodies. The largest Kraken then raised his arms high and crashed them into the sea, sending waves about him, and they raged towards Elalai. The Kraken roared, and their voices thundered like an ocean storm. We come. Minloth, standing firm, called forth his magic. The waves Sentinelai parted and washed both sides. They flooded the jungle beyond. Minloth then bade his minions chant spells of binding, and a din rang out as dozens of troll voices rose, and one voice rose above the rest. Minloth bellowed, and his magic gathered the power of his minion spells, and he cast it at the approaching Kraken. The seas parted, and Minot's spell sped toward servants of Neptune, lightning toward the sky, and the spell struck them, and 1,000 bolts fell, boiling water and burning craters in the earth. Minot cried in triumph, knowing his spell would fell the great beasts. But the Kraken are old, very old. They remembered when the land was first born from the sea. They remembered when the old ones ruled, and when the travelers came and cast them down. They remembered when magic was new. They were old and hold many secrets. And though Minot's spell was strong, it, like the troll, was mortal, and so it failed. If it failed to bind the Kraken, but it enraged them. Not in eons had a mortal caused them pain, and the troll's spell was painful. And so they shed the bindings of Minot's spell, but then roared and struck with fury. A rumble was heard as great waves rose from the deep and raced towards the land. When they reached Elali, they cast a shadow on the city. But before they destroyed it, the Kraken halted, poised. For witch doctors trembled and cried out to their master. Minot gazed at the mountains of the sea, doomed and defiant. Then he turned to his adepts and whispered, and the trolls etched his last words into stone. Minot then faced the looming Kraken. He grimaced and hurled his staff, his last bold act. The Kraken then bent their fury upon Minot, and an ocean fell upon Elali, and it was no more. Then the waters fell upon the jungle, washing clean all they met. Trolls and beasts cried out as the water smashed and drowned them. Many Gorbashi wondered why the ocean swallowed them, but then they died and knew nothing. Finally, when the waters reached the mountains, they stopped. Appeased, they retreated back beyond the shores, and they left the wake of death. They retreated, but they surged around the valley and remained, drowning it forever. And the chief Var Zagul, safe behind the mountains in Zul Gurub, went out to the jungle and found the wash clean of his people, and he despaired, for his dreams of conquest were thwarted. And never was Minloth the serpent found.